Welcome back to Sissy Maya. Here, we embrace true femininity. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an update.
Ever since my stepmom entered our lives, she kinda had something against me. I could never tell why, but she always treated me inferior and never gave me the love that I deserved. One day, she decided to hatch an evil plan when Dad wasn't around. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting an eerie glow across the dimly lit room, I found myself alone with my stepmom for the first time in weeks. Her cold gaze scrutinized me from head to toe, and I could sense something sinister lurking beneath her piercing blue eyes. She had a few wax strips in her hands, and a wicked smile played on her lips. My heart pounded in my chest as I struggled to make sense of her intentions. What are those for? I managed to stammer, my voice trembling with both fear and curiosity. Her lips curled into a malicious smirk, and she took a step closer, causing my breath to catch in my throat. "Oh, these little strips. They're for a little experiment I've been dying to try," she replied, her voice dripping with an unsettling sweetness. My mind raced, trying to anticipate what she had planned. Was this some twisted form of punishment? Or was it something far more sinister? I couldn't shake the feeling that danger loomed just around the corner. Without warning, she lunged forward, grabbing my arm in a vice-like grip. Panic coursed through my veins as I struggled against her strength, but it was futile. She dragged me towards the bathroom, her grip unyielding. Inside the dimly lit room, an ominous silence settled over us like a suffocating fog. The flickering candlelight cast shadows upon the walls, distorting reality and heightening my paranoia. With each passing moment, the gravity of the situation intensified. She forced me to sit on the edge of the bathtub, her eyes gleaming with sadistic pleasure. As I watched her prepare the wax strips with meticulous precision, I couldn't help but wonder what she hoped to achieve through this torment. Was it simply to assert dominance over me, or did she harbor even more sinister motivations? The atmosphere became charged with tension as she closed in on me, brandishing one of the wax strips like a weapon. I braced myself for the pain that was about to come, my mind racing with thoughts of escape. But as the strip made contact with my skin, a strange surge of relief washed over me. It wasn't pain that I felt, but a soothing warmth that spread through my body, replacing the fear I had carried for so long. As she got done waxing my entire body, she brought out a pair of white satin panties, embroidered with delicate lace. I stared at them, my eyes widening with a mixture of confusion and curiosity. What twisted game was she playing now? My stepmom's voice broke the silence, dripping with a newfound satisfaction. "Put them on," she commanded, her voice laced with a wicked delight. For a moment, I hesitated. But something inside me, a spark of rebellion, pushed me forward. With trembling hands, I slipped into the silky fabric, feeling its softness caress my skin. A strange sense of empowerment washed over me as I stood before her in those lacy panties. She circled around me, her gaze filled with a mix of dominance and desire. The room seemed to shrink as her presence filled every corner. As she drew closer, her fingers grazed the delicate lace that adorned my body, sending shivers of both fear and anticipation down my spine. I had no idea where this was leading, but a part of me couldn't deny the intoxication of this forbidden encounter. It was as if we were playing a dangerous game, one that could unravel the very fabric of our fragile family dynamic. Her voice lowered to a sultry whisper, sending tingles down my spine. "You've always wanted my attention, haven't you? Now you have it." I swallowed hard, the weight of her words sinking deep into my core. It was true, I had craved her acknowledgement for so long, even if it meant stepping into these uncharted territories. In this twisted dance between power and submission, I found myself teetering on the edge of surrender. "Now it is time to wear matching bras," she said. My heart hammered in my chest as my stepmom's voice echoed through the room. The anticipation mingled with a hint of fear, creating a cocktail of emotions that threatened to overwhelm me. Matching bras? How far was she willing to push this dangerous game we played? With a slight tremor in my hands, I reached for the satin bra she held out to me. The soft fabric cradled between my fingertips, and I couldn't help but notice the delicate lace trim that adorned it. It was beautiful, yet its presence felt sinister in this context. I hesitated for a moment, thoughts swirling through my mind like a tornado. The boundaries of our relationship had already been shattered, and there was no going back. But something within me yearned for the feeling of belonging, even if it meant succumbing further to her twisted desires. As I slipped on the bra, its silky embrace encased my chest, heightening my awareness of every breath. The sensation was both foreign and exhilarating, like uncharted territory begging to be explored. With each passing moment, the lines blurred between us, and I found myself entangled in a web of forbidden pleasure. Her eyes danced with a mixture of triumph and desire as she circled around me once again, her fingertips grazing against the fabric that hugged my skin. The air crackled with an invisible tension as we stood there, suspended in an unspoken agreement. She leaned closer, her hot breath caressing my ear. "You're mine now," she whispered, her voice husky with a forbidden hunger. For the final touch, she undressed herself. She was wearing a pink flowery maxi dress, and now ordered me to wear it. My mind reeled as I watched her undress, her body exposed in all its glory. A surge of desire pulsed through my veins, mingling with the confusion and fear that had become my constant companions. How had we arrived at this point? What was happening to us? Her eyes locked with mine, a hunger burning behind them. She stepped out of the pink flowery maxi dress, leaving it crumpled on the floor. With a devilish smile, she held it out to me, expectant and demanding. "Put it on," she commanded, her voice dripping with a newfound authority. I hesitated for a fraction of a second before taking the dress from her outstretched hand. The fabric felt soft and cool against my skin as I slipped into it, enveloping myself in its floral embrace. The dress hugged my curves, amplifying the confusion that swirled within me. Her gaze intensified as I stood before her in the pink flowery maxi dress, our roles now reversed. I could see the raw desire etched on her face, mirroring the tangled emotions that had taken root within me. This dangerous game we played had surpassed all boundaries, and there was no turning back now. To now feminize me further, she took out her lipstick, which was conveniently inside the bra she was wearing. My stepmom uncapped the lipstick, revealing a vibrant shade of crimson. Her eyes bore into mine as she approached me, her steps slow and deliberate. I couldn't tear my gaze away from the mark of power she held in her hand. The lipstick was a symbol of transformation, a declaration that I was no longer who I once was. She raised her hand and pressed the lipstick against my lips, tracing their outline with precision. The softness of her touch sent an electric shock through my body, igniting a fire within me. With each stroke of the crimson color, I felt myself shedding the remnants of my former self, embracing this new identity she had crafted for me. As she finished applying the lipstick, a wicked smile spread across her face, gleaming with satisfaction. "There," she whispered, her voice dripping with triumph. "Now you're truly mine." I glanced at my reflection in the bathroom mirror, transfixed by the image that stared back at me. The lacy panties, the matching bra, symbols of submission and desire, were now complemented by the bold crimson lips that spoke of forbidden pleasure. In this moment, I realized that this wasn't just about dominance or control, it was about liberation. Her hand reached out to brush against my cheek, her touch gentle yet possessive. "You're beautiful," she murmured, her voice filled with a mix of adoration and desire. "And now you're ready to embrace everything that comes with being mine." Her words sent a shiver down my spine, awakening a primal hunger within me. I had willingly stepped into this dangerous dance, allowing myself to be molded into someone I never thought I could become. But as I looked into her eyes, the forbidden desire that burned within both of us, I couldn't deny the thrill that surged through my veins. No longer bound by societal norms or the expectations of others, we had created our own world, a world where pleasure and pain intertwined, where boundaries were pushed to their limits. Every touch, every whispered command fueled the fire between us. With each passing day, our encounters grew bolder, more daring. Our secret rendezvous became a playground for exploration and self-discovery, where passion reigned supreme. She led me into uncharted territories of pleasure, guiding me with a delicate yet firm hand. Together, we delved into the depths of our darkest desires, unearthing hidden fantasies that had long been suppressed. Behind closed doors, we reveled in the intoxicating power dynamics that played out between us, me surrendering to her dominance, relishing in the liberation it brought. Our encounters became a tapestry of sensations and emotions. The silkiness of lingerie against my skin heightened every touch, every caress. The softness of her lips against mine sent shivers down my spine, igniting a primal hunger within me. With each new experience, I discovered that surrendering to her meant finding myself in ways I never thought possible.